about this time every year that nothing really happens in gaming. No big releases to talk about, the various games conferences have been pushed aside for things like Comic-Con, the big game sales have also come and gone as well. I don't really know what to do with myself at the moment. I mean, could read a book? Or watch TV?
Tonight, I do a skit.
I could go outside.
Oh my god, my eyes! Oh, my eyes, they're gone! Oh my god! Help! Help!
What happened to gaming in the summertime? The summer always used to be a quiet time for games. The dominance of the movie industry during the summer months, with blockbuster titles released to coincide with the school summer holidays, meant games got pushed aside and had to wait until later in the year for their time to shine. People just didn't buy games as much in the summer too, mostly because of the holiday weather, which kept most of us out of our living rooms as we spent our days in the sunshine with a nice drink and some good music. Because of this, companies never really released their main titles in the summer, as they wouldn't be able to maximise revenue during this period, which always meant a dead summer for gamers. I mean, the various conferences like E3 and Gamescom helped to keep up interest in the industry, and we might have gone back to play some of the games we missed earlier in the year during this quiet time. But in terms of anything new to actually talk about, there was rarely much to discuss. And this is how it was throughout the entire history of gaming. Until 2008. When a console and a small group of developers kinda changed everything. The Xbox Live Summer of Arcade was an idea from Microsoft to bring indie development from PC onto consoles. By backing small studios and helping fund their games, they would in return bring these titles to the Xbox 360 as digital downloads. With most of the year taken up with big releases, Microsoft decided to bring these games to the fore at the summertime, when there was very little else to get in the way. And it was pretty successful. Games like Braid, Fez, and Super Meat Boy found significant popularity through the Summer of Arcade, arguably far more than they would have seen on PC distribution networks alone. Now, indie development had of course been a staple of the PC pretty much since its invention. But for the first time, console manufacturers were muscling in on this ground, and to great effect. Suddenly, PC distribution services like Steam were under threat, and they had to act. And so what they did in fact led to the second great movement of gaming over the summer that ran concurrently alongside this indie development. What they did was bring us the Steam Summer Sale. Introducing its first summer sale in 2009, Steam sent shockwaves through the gaming community with the extraordinary prices it was offering for titles on its platform. And these weren't just old games. Some of them had only been out for 2 or 3 years, and they were selling them for a few quid. By striking deals with several of the major publishers, Valve used the benefits of digital distribution to sell at incredibly low prices, since the cost to them of sale was just so low. Suddenly, people's libraries were filling up with titles they'd probably never play, just because they were so cheap. I mean, even I was a culprit. Right, okay, let's go through my Steam list. Let's see what I've bought over the years. Alien Breed 1, 2 and 3? Absolutely no idea. Blackguards? What is that? Some sort of shooter thing? No idea. Apparently I bought that at some point. Cities in Motion. That's the prequel to City Skylines, isn't it? So technically I've bought the wrong one. But apparently I bought that at some point. It's even got Steam Workshop apparently. What else we got here? When did I buy Euro Truck Simulator 2? When did I buy that? I played 3 hours of it. God, I literally couldn't remember. What else we got here? Gunpoint, yep, remember buying that. I've never touched it. Apparently meant to be quite good. What's this? Insurgency. Insurgency, I own that. If anyone wants to come and play Insurgency, I definitely can get involved, apparently. What else we got? Metro 2033, yeah, I've got that. Still never played it, but I got that waiting, thinking, oh, I'm definitely going to play that at some point, for sure. All the Overlord games I've got here. Something called, what is this? Red Orchestra 2 Heroes of Stalingrad single player campaign. I just don't know. I just buy so much nonsense that I just never ever gonna play. I've got like every single Star Wars game pretty much ever released. I've played maybe 2 of them. I've definitely played Battlefront 2. I've definitely played Knights of the Old Republic, but I just own games I'm just never ever gonna play. This is the problem. My just ridiculous long list of games that I've got here. Like, I just can't tell you how much I bought that I really aren't ever gonna play. This is the Steam Summer Sale. For several years this was the pattern. The summer became the time to get excited for game sales on Steam, and look forward to playing the latest indie titles. Even the big companies started getting in on the sales action, as EA's Origin service, Ubisoft's Uplay bollocks, Sony and Microsoft all set up their own summer sales to compete with Steam. But something else was starting to develop at the same time. Because these big companies started to get wind of just how important indie development was becoming to gaming as a whole, and they wanted to take a slice from that pie. Microsoft had seen its Xbox Live Summer of Arcade as simply a sideshow from which it could take a few more fans and make a bit more money. But now they started to realise that this wasn't a sideshow anymore. This was a main event. And on the one hand, that was great for us as a community, as more time and effort and money was pushed into making more of these games for us. But with this growth brought its own issues, especially for us as consumers. You see, as indie developers paired themselves up with the big companies, the way in which they got published followed suit. No longer did these studios agree to summer releases in order to give their affordable little title maximum exposure. The sheer amount of money and publicity given to them as a result of their backers' involvement meant they didn't have to do that now, and could actually compete with the AAA titles on both price and release windows. I mean, just look at No Man's Sky. That was, initially anyway, an indie game from a small studio. Now, with the help of Sony's backing, it's one of the biggest titles coming out in the next couple of years. It certainly won't be getting a summer release, that's for sure. And let's be honest, virtually nothing does anymore. And as for the summer sales? Well, yeah, they're still around, and I'll pick up a thing or two every year for sure. But that shock and excitement that we first had when we saw how cheaply we could get these games for, it's sort of died away. And I mean, we're now left with a summer where, without new indie titles, and without the excitement of the sales that we used to have, kinda doesn't have anything in it anymore. Might try going outside again.